So people who watch me on Twitch, I feel like are a lot more connected to my daily life and what I say in this. They probably watch me a lot more on average than like an average YouTube viewer, right? Average YouTube viewer probably just wants to tune in for some league, 20 minutes, and then they go do their work day and this and that, right? Which I understand. Like, the people on YouTube don't know a lot of things that people on Twitch do, because, you know, just the average person watching is just has a lot different life. But a lot of YouTube people are like really like they like oftentimes like flame me in comments for things that they are just not aware of. Like, for example, today somebody flamed me like saying that like he doesn't like that I have clickbait titles and thumbnails, and I'm trying to tell the person, well, this is how the game works, right? Like, you, sure, I also don't like too much clickbait or too much whatever, but like, you need to have a good title for people to click so they're gonna watch your video. You have no choice. Like, as much as you will hate clickbait titles, like, I can't just spawn a title out of nowhere. It has to be something that people will click on, and some champions are easier to title, some champions are harder to title, right? So that's the first thing. And then I replied to the person, and the person replied back, and he was like, well, I would appreciate if you would have more like separate channels, right? You know, I'm here mostly to watch EMEA, but I know EMEA is not on yet, and I'm mostly here to talk, to see your opinions about the game. And then I have to tell the person, well, look, I have 3 channels, right? Like, I don't only have 1 channel. If you want to have more Los Atones streams, there are Nemesis too. If you want to have more clips of just random opinions and this and that, there's Nemesis clips. Like, bro, I have channels, but this, you know, these people are not even aware of that I have 3 channels. It's kind of funny. So that was one comment. What else was there? Oh yeah, I mean, let me just show you guys some more comments that, like, you know, I replied to personally today. This was the game. It was the latest game on Nemesis 2 channel. And I was playing Hui. This game happened a couple of days ago, I think like roughly a week ago, if I'm being completely honest, and I rewatched the game really quickly. So if I go through the game, because I remember it still, basically what happened to this game is that I was hard winning mid lane, and I had like perfect CS, I had constant pressure and everything, and I was playing against the Fury mid, and I was kind of like, I mean, people will say complaining, but I'm just speaking my mind, and what I was saying is that this Neferi is just basically getting kind of carried because she's just sitting on her tower doing nothing, throwing daggers all lane, and you know, I'm kind of feeling pressured to win the game for our team because I don't really trust in my teammates carrying, right? And so people in the YouTube comments are like flaming me, well, this guy is just pushing mid and he's an immobile mage, of course he's gonna get ganked and die. But this is a problem that people envision League of Legends as a black and white game. They think that if a mage champion pushes, he should just be able to be ganked and die. That's how they envision the game. We just don't push forehead. That is not how League of Legends works. You have to consider 1,000 variables. How about the fact that I have a Xin Zhao on Rakan this game? How about the fact that Sivir is self-sufficient ADC on bot lane, and my bot lane was doing fine in lane this game. The fact that Rakan can basically be mid majority of the game this game. Counter ganking, diving the Neferi because she's constantly burning W, being low HP. How about the fact that we can counter gank or just shield me with like wards and hovers and all of that? Like, same goes for Xin Zhao. They don't even consider these variables, you understand? They just think, oh, Nemesis is playing Hui, he's playing Caulking, he doesn't care, so he's pushing, he's dying to ganks. No, man, that's not what's happening. I'm literally trying my best to win the game. I am constantly pushing, playing as aggressive as I can, doing what in my mind is the best decisions I can make to get leads. I need to play on limits. This is how good players play. They play constantly aggressive. And then, you know, another problem in League is that, for example, this game, I did die to the ganks unnecessarily. Like, for example, this right here, what you see in front of me, this is me dying. It's not even a gank, it's just I didn't realize that Echo had ult. Echo was doing the clone trick, stalled out the ultimate and killed me after, right? And I didn't realize this, and I died. Okay, my bad. I'm 0-2, right? And people probably watching this video, they think, wait, Nemesis 0-2, he's having a bad game. I'm 0-2, but now you can watch the lane, and I'm still winning. I'm 0-2, and I'm still fucking winning. The same as if I was 0-0-0. Nothing is changing. People are just tunnel visioning on KDA. KDA it does not show you the whole picture. I'm still, look at me. I'm still having push. I'm still fucking harassing her as much as I can, hitting plates as much as I can, because there's no other play. This is the best play I can make to try to push the game forward, right? And again, I talked about this a lot, but this is just a common misconception that the League community has, which is that if you are behind, you should play safe. No, if you are feeding, if you're 0-5, you should play aggressive. Because then, oftentimes, you're not worth gold, you understand? Like, just because you die a couple of times doesn't mean you have to necessarily start playing more passive now and do nothing. No, it's time to fucking go. Like, look at me. Like, every wave you can watch this game, I'm playing as aggressive as I can. I'm perma-pushing her in, hitting plates as much as I can, chunking her HP, chunking her W, burning her mana, burning her resources, trying to avoid ganks. Like, obviously, like, from time to time, I'm gonna die. Maybe I misplay, maybe my teammates didn't cover me. Who knows what it is, but, you know, average League player doesn't see this. Average League player just thinks, oh, Nemesis is just playing too cocky because he's perma-pushing as an immobile mage and he's dying. No, that's not what's happening. You're seeing just a fraction of the picture. I'm thinking about so many different things. Anyway, I rant over. Check Crownie shim. Why? Check Crownie shim where? He's not even live. Why did he go offline? What happened? Did he do something?
I'm just scared my mouse will not work. The game. Oh! My monitor.
What the fuck? What happened? By the way, this item is fucking overpowered. I mean, I said it already like a week ago. This item is stupidly overpowered. Problem with this item, there's just so many issues with the item. First of all, it has a massively low player base, which sure, you can argue that we need more items in the game and, you know, sometimes it's cool to have a niche item. Okay, sure, I get that. My problem with the item is more so that I just don't like effects like this in the game in general. That's why I also am not a fan of Malignance, but I think Malignance is still more understandable because it's a mage item. And mages should be a lot more about ultimates. Like, it makes way more sense for mages to reduce their ults than a bruiser class. That's my take, okay? And you could call me biased, but that's just how I feel. And it's the same reason why I also don't like runes like Ultimate Hunter, but the Ult Hunter rune is at least like way more conditional and you have to actually sacrifice something to get it, right? But this item is just so OP and I just don't like the fact that there are effects in the game that make your ultimate cooldown so much lower, because I think champions that abuse this are obviously very ultra-reliant, like Nocturne and Mort, right? And all of a sudden, this item is all of a sudden like removing a large portion of their weakness. I think that's scary, personally. But the item is 100% just overbuffed. Like, I mean, Riot obviously intentionally overbuffed the item, so people would start picking it up more. But this item is fucking overpowered. Like, the three best users I can think of is like Mord, Nocturne, and Vayne. And maybe Zari, but Zari likes other items more. That's why I think Vayne does it better than Zari. I'm not sure if there's any other champ, but yeah, just very low player base and really OP on these champions. Really fucking OP. Olaf is also, yeah, Olaf is pretty good with this item as well. It's really weird because in my multiple years of playing this game, I have never felt like Mordekaiser is a problem. Like, I understand that people always complain about Mord because he's a low elo stomper like Yorick, but I never really thought this champ is a problem in high elo. Whenever I faced him, there was like clear counterplay and stuff, and for a long time he was actually pretty useless. I feel like recently with the introduction of this item, like Mord is all of a sudden a champion in high elo, and it just feels so wrong because, again, of my thought process of how beginner champions should not be viable in low elo. Like, I hate playing against Mord and Warwick and Garen and anything completely brainless, zero skill. I just hate it. Like, I just think it makes the game so much worse. And obviously it's maybe my biased perspective because I'm a high elo player and I just like when things are skilled, when skill shots are present, when things can be outplayable, when things have counterplay. But fuck, man, I just like fucking Mord presses ult and just stat checks you. So fucking dumb, this gameplay. There's no point ranting about it. I'm just not even ranting, honestly. I'm just trying to inform people that this item is very overpowered. And I don't think it's gonna be nerfed, because people don't realize it's overpowered. Until people start buying it more, people start complaining about it, Riot will not do a thing. They will let it be in the game. It's kind of like Taric, you know? Taric is a fucking strong champ, but nobody talks about Taric. Sona is a fucking strong champ. Nobody talks about Sona. Yone is a fucking weak champ, and people are just saying that Yone is OP and it's a nerf. Like, that's just the reality that we live in. Riot balances based on what is perceived strong, not what is actually strong or weak.